Yo, what up, Sci fam? It's your boy Nickel here, and it's time for us to digest some new information. So, we're going to start with an overview of the digestive system. So, instead of digesting information, we're going to look at how the human body digests food. So, make sure that you start out by putting the title on your science notebook page there at the top. Title this one Digestive System. And if you're careful, you can fit all 4 of the main components of the digestive system on this one page. If not, no worries either. Let's get started with the overview of the digestive system. So if we look at the digestive system and we try to break down what is the task, what's the purpose and the job of the digestive system? Well, it is simply just to transform our food into nutrients for our cells. So to transform food into nutrients and energy to keep us alive. Okay, well, guess what? This includes somewhere close to 10 different organs. And so if we think of something that is a system, it means that there is multiple things that are all working together to do one task. And so the task is to transform food into nutrients and energy to keep us alive. This takes 10 organs. Now, if you were to take these 10 organs and lay them out end after end after end, this would be over 9 meters in length. And I know, okay, meters, you might not quite know exactly what 9 meters would look like. Well, that's somewhere close to like approximately 29.5 feet. That's crazy. And it's all jumbled and twisted and turned inside of our core of our bodies. So if we were to look at that overall system, the digestive system, we can break it down into 4 different components. The first one is the one that you've probably heard of before. Maybe you've heard it called the GI tract. Well, GI stands for gastrointestinal. So the gastrointestinal tract, or the GI tract, its job is to transport the food, digest the food, and absorb the nutrients from our food. All right, that is the job of the GI tract, the gastrointestinal tract, but it needs some help from 3 other players. And so typically, the GI tract is what people think of when they think of the digestive system, but it wouldn't be successful without these other things. So the second component is the pancreas, the gallbladder, and our liver. Now, these 3 organs are a trio because there's 3 of them. It's a trio of organs that release special juices to break down our food. So if you've ever heard of like the digestive juice bile before, well, that's one of those special juices that helps our food go from being the food that we put into our mouth into the sludge that goes into our body so that our body can actually digest and absorb the nutrients that's in our food. Okay, well, other than these 3 organs, there are 3, number 3 are enzymes, are different hormones in our body. These help us digest. Enzymes, hormones, and our blood. So our blood doesn't only take oxygen to our muscles and pick up carbon dioxide, but it also transports our nutrients. So enzymes, hormones, and blood work together to break down our food and then transport our nutrients. So as we go further into this unit and we learn more about the digestive system, we'll see how food actually gets turned into nutrients. And different types of food have different nutrients based on what they're made out of. We'll get into that later. But for now, it's important that we understand what is the difference between an enzyme and a hormone. So an enzyme is just simply anything that is going to speed up a chemical reaction. So enzymes can be found outside of the human body, but our human body actually makes enzymes that speed up chemical reactions related to digestion. Hormones, you've probably heard of hormones before in a lot of different ways and examples, but hormones help us digest our food. So hormones are a class of chemical compound that control and coordinate activities in the body. So they're like conductors, and these conductors tell our body things like when we need to grow, so things like growth, or like when we eat food and it needs to get turned into nutrients. So hormones help us grow, turn food into nutrients, and the ones that you've probably heard of before when people talk about hormones are things like puberty. Tells our body when to go through puberty and what to do during puberty, and also it helps control our fertility when it comes time for reproduction. So that's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone. Enzymes just speed up chemical reactions, and hormones are the things that are like orchestrators, and they control and coordinate those activities in our body, like growing, turning our food into nutrients, or digestion, and then also puberty and fertility. And there's a lot of different types of hormones in our body that each are responsible for those different things. So in this unit, we'll be more focused on the ones related to digestion, turning our food into nutrients. Now, I said there's 4 components. So the fourth and final component of our digestive system is something called the mesentery. Now, the mesentery is just a large area of tissue. And its job is to keep all of our digestive organs, all that 29.5 feet of digestive organs, they have to be highly organized. So the mesentery is a large area of tissue that keeps digestive organs in the correct place to do their job. So hey, thanks mesentery. Well, now you know. In order to digest our food, it's more than just our gastrointestinal tract. There's other things that have to work together. So that is why it's a system, because multiple things are working together so that we can digest our food. All right, see you on the next one.